We assume we know ourselves. We can summarize our childhood in a few efficient sentences. My father and I didn't get along. My mother was distant. School was difficult. It sounds complete, mature, processed. But these sentences are emotionally sterile. They describe events without carrying the weight of how they felt. And here lies the paradox. Memory can become a way of forgetting. When we reduce complex pain into tidy phrases, we protect ourselves from reliving it, but we also distance ourselves from it. Our everyday stories about our lives can resemble a postcard, flat, selective, safe, instead of the raw, lived reality. This matters because unprocessed emotion does not disappear. As Sigmund Freud famously warned, unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. What we do not fully feel does not vanish. It freezes inside us. It waits. Anxiety, unexplained anger, relational patterns. These are often echoes of emotions that were never allowed to be experienced completely. We try to fly high above our past, analyzing it intellectually, explaining it calmly. But healing does not happen at 30,000 feet. We must land. We must walk, slowly, back into the territory of what happened. To be free of the past, we must mourn it. And to mourn it, we must reconnect with how it actually felt. The humiliation, the jealousy, the rejection, the loneliness. There is a difference between knowing something happened and feeling it in your bones. It is like the difference between looking at a painting of spring and standing inside spring air. One informs you, the other transforms you. And this is where patience becomes essential. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke once wrote, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart." We rush to label our past because uncertainty is uncomfortable, but some emotional truths cannot be accessed through speed. They require stillness, and this applies not only to the past, but to the present. Consider this. What do you really think about your partner, your career, your friendships, your childhood? Your first answer may be socially acceptable, efficient, safe. But is it true? Most of us were trained to respond quickly, not to descend. Yet the mind has layers, and often the deepest layer holds conclusions that contradict our daylight identity. You might discover you do not love someone the way you claim. You feel uneasy about someone you are supposed to trust. You are moved by something you pretend does not matter. These discoveries can destabilize your self-image, so you avoid them. Freud believed much of our inner life remains unconscious precisely because it threatens the ego's sense of coherence. We prefer comfort over clarity. But the method for accessing deeper truth is not complicated. Make time, daily if possible, to lie still. No phone, no distraction. Bring one unresolved issue to mind and ask gently, what is really going on here? What am I not admitting? What is my body feeling? What is at stake for me? At first there may be nothing, then discomfort, then perhaps a subtle shift. Answers rarely shout, they whisper. And this is where Rilke's wisdom becomes radical. He advised us not to force answers, but to live the questions. Self-knowledge is not an intellectual conquest. It is a slow surrender. If you stay long enough in quiet reflection, something surprising happens. You realize the answer was always there, like stars hidden by daylight, waiting for darkness to reveal them. You already know, and more than you think, who feels safe to you, what work drains you, which relationship is misaligned, where you betrayed yourself. But you must be willing to sit in the dark long enough to see, because only what is fully felt can finally release you, and only what is honestly seen can truly change you. If this video made you think, subscribe for more. Until next time, you know, your answers are already there. Stay with the questions.